there's plenty of people that have been saying the same thing Kyrie is saying for time that don't have that influence. But once somebody has that influence and even partially speaks about things, not even getting in depth, they get punished to the max, and that should tell you something right there.
Right.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Prodigal.
I like the Mike Tyson, the hot boxing. You ain't seen that one?
yeah.
I like
no,
that one.
Oh,
I like
bro,
that one.
Mike. I like Mike Tyson.
I can relate to Mike.
That's what I'm talking about. Content.
Yeah,
This cats be real. It's
Yeah.
like Mike be real.
Mike be
like
real.
If he get offended or like if you say something,
His energy changed right away. You're like, oh, you draw it back.
yeah, he don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's still
yeah.
himself. So that's
Yeah.
the type of stuff I like. So certain podcasts where it's like, I feel like they doing too much for the guests or
good?
Yeah.
like my number one. I watch Vlad or even like Joe Rogan stuff like that.
I like Joe Rogan
because the stuff he talk about.
Yeah.
But like he number one. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? We're gonna get into it right now, man. Cause
Yes,
we back again, man. This Prodigal Brothers podcast. All right. And we back with my man, of course, me, Al Parker, your man, right? Then we got my man's Will right here. What's up, Will? How you living?
Hey, man. As always, consistent.
Consistent. Like I said, of course, consistently fresh. I see Chuck Lewis got the Chucks on.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to you got to recognize that. And everybody like, yo, who is this dude? You know what I mean? We're going to get into that, but they call him Ty Hall for real, man. What's up, Ty Hall, man?
Nothing too much.
How you living?
I'm great. I'm blessed.
Man,
You know what
you
I'm
smiling
saying?
a lot. Yo, like you just won a championship.
Yeah, just like I won a championship.
That's my guy. That's
just
my
like I
guy.
won a
Because guess
championship.
what, man? This is my dude, Ty Hall, one of my oldest friends in the world. Once again, you feel me? And professional soccer player. Y'all call it soccer or football, bro?
I call it football.
You call
Okay.
because you real
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. I don't like to use the word. I'm not even gonna say it. I don't like to use the word, but I call it football.
Oh, you don't even say the word.
Nah, I don't like it.
Oh, hold on. We
Yeah.
starting on a good foot. So, why is that? What's because most of the world call it football or is soccer
Yeah.
phony? Like, what's up with like why is that?
I mean, I just feel like in this country we take things and kind of make it our own. But the
Yeah.
game have been around for years, and you play with your feet, so why not call it football?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We already had a sport called football in the States, right?
Yeah.
So they took like the SOC out of association and then add the CER at the end of it, and now it's called soccer. You know, I don't like it. And growing up too, you know how it is. Like
Yeah.
that word is like even playing the sport is like, oh, you playing soccer? You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that don't even sound right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like, nah.
that-
So for me, it's
Right,
football.
because ain't no ball in it. Like, yo,
Right.
you ain't got no balls.
Exactly.
Oh, was that a joke? I don't know.
But you know
Okay.
that
You
is
don't even
true. I
say-
didn't even think about that. Like
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean, we do baseball, basketball, football, right?
facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like if you do, because think about it. Like we talking about us growing up. We from Maryland. You know what I mean? We hoop and we play football, right?
Yeah.
So if you do like golf or tennis,
Yeah.
right? That
There ain't
sound
no-
on the same level.
Facts.
Right.
Nah, that's a point and a half.
I mean,
That's
I
a point and a
just
half.
realized it just now for real when you said it. I didn't even know it was offensive. See how we gotta do? See how we gotta do in America?
It comes with a negative way. It's like, oh, you play soccer?
It
yeah,
do.
exactly.
Like people look at you.
That's what
Exactly.
he's saying.
Exactly.
Oh, you
Man,
be
I'm about
golfing?
to switch it up. We doing that again. Man, I'm with my man Ty Hall, professional football player.
Love that.
But not the football you thinking of, man. My man said he don't even got to touch it with his hands and he do a lot of things. You got to watch the videos.
You
right?
gotta watch the videos. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch the videos.
Hey, yo, that's what I want to get into because we ain't talked for a minute. You was doing your thing. I was doing my thing. We became grown men, right?
For sure.
And how I learned about what you was doing, I always knew you played, football, right? But I remember I was at work one day, right? And everybody was gathered around, like watching this video on YouTube, and this girl that I work with, she played, what I call soccer, which is really football, right?
Right.
She played that, but they watching the video. I'm like, what's everybody huddle up watching? And she like, man, I love this dude, man. Like, yo, this dude is nice. Like, can't nobody do the stuff that he do, man. Like I guess he doing a lot of tricks and stuff like that, right? And I'm sitting there before I even see her phone. I'm like, man, forget that dude. He not better than my man's, right?
Right.
I'm talking about him. Tyrone Hall, right? So then I get up to the video, and I'm like, oh shit, that's my man, right? And I'm talking about this a video, millions of views,
Right.
and this dude, I don't know is it called something like when y'all tricking or
Nah,
whatever?
just freestyling.
Freestyling,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
just
he
freestyling.
freestyling with the ball. I mean, man, he doing everything, bro. Tossing it with his legs, head button, all that, whatever they do. Because I don't know the sport. I'm sorry. This pod gonna sound very ignorant to people who play football.
Right.
Nah, I respect it. I respect it. Yeah.
Right? But that's what I seen. I'm like, yo, that's my man. I'm like, oh, this nigga done made it. You know what I'm saying? I was happy as shit for him, yo.
Might
But
be.
now I'm happy as hell that we got him, you know what I mean, here sitting down with us, man, here on the Prodigal Brothers. Man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
man,
sir.
I'm happy to be here, man. I'm
Real
happy
talk.
to be here.
What's going on with you, though, man? I know you just said championship game last night, right?
Yeah. We played a championship final last night in like the Howard County Men's League.
Okay.
So yeah, I got a good group of guys, hungry, talented footballers from the area, like from here all the way down to like Virginia.
Okay.
So
people travel that far for the
yeah,
for the league, right?
Yeah.
Semi-pro, right?
It's semi-pro.
And that's the one you coach,
That's the one I coach, and I own the club.
and you own the club.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
You feel,
Yeah.
bro? That's what we do here, at Prodigal Brothers, man. Black ownership,
Mm.
right? You own the club, man. That's what's up, man.
Bless, man. Yeah.
And not only do you own the club, y'all must be nice, right? Because
Nah, we're good. And
Okay.
the thing is too with my club is I have guys that are trying to play next level. So like
Okay.
my personnel changes over. Because I'm getting guys contract opportunities.
Right.
Right.
And it's signing contracts. I got like seven to 8 players that came through the club that are now playing some level of professional football.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's my aim is to give back and give opportunity for real. So yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Because you train too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you're a professional. You're a professional trainer.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a football trainer.
You're right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm a humanistic trainer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's not just about the sport. It's about like the correspondence, the energy exchange. You know what I mean? So
Real
I
talk.
don't like to say professional, just professional, because my youngest is like 6 or 7 years old. But I've also trained players that play in the Champions League, you know, and have international caps. You know,
Okay.
so yeah, I'm about football and the
Dang.
culture of it.
Everything.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I like
Yeah.
that, man. From down bottom to the top.
110%.
That's what's up.
110%.
And you 100 with that too, because the reason how I know, like I said, I grew up with this dude, man. Like he on his football game, right? But he an athlete because he played football Americano, right?
I love that.
Ain't that what they call it over here?
sure.
Football Americano, right?
My
Because
G.
it's American football for real. He played that back in the day, and he hooped. And my man was nice at everything, right? So I remember back in the day, we played AAU, right? AAU basketball and football and stuff. We used to try to get this man, because he's nice. Like, yo, come out, hoop, play AAU. He like, nah, man, I'm on this.
Right.
And we used to be like, yo, really? Really?
Yeah, 110%.
I ain't gonna lie, we never clown him for it, but it's like, man, you know, Tyrone over there, but he doing that, yo.
Yeah,
You feel me?
Yeah,
But like he just proved in what he said, that was your love. You
That
feel
was
me?
my passion.
And you stuck by that from day one.
110%. That was my passion. Like everybody growing up is playing basketball, American football, and I played it up until I would say competitively, high level to like 7th, 8th grade. You know, but then it was just like I don't want to be like everybody, and then like also just the feeling of being able to manipulate a ball with my feet instead of using what everybody uses, which is their hand.
Yeah.
For me, it was like a fascinating math, you know? So I just started diving into that and then getting into the culture and realizing that in other countries, the dudes that look like me are playing football.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
They're not
Yeah, of
playing
course.
basketball. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if they're that athlete as far as height is concerned, they just go play center back. You
Right.
know? So I was like, all right, well then it's cool. You know, because you couldn't even walk around in football gear without somebody trying to joke you
Right.
growing up. You know
Right,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah.
So like for me it was like, all right, well I beat you at your sport. So let me be me in my sport and leave me alone. You know what I'm saying?
And that's respect, because I'm
fair.
a witness. No, I'm a witness because he was nice at everything, and And we want, even what we wanted him to do, he was like, what he just said. He like, cause he was nice with the handles. What you ran point, right?
Yeah, I was.
And he was like, bro, I could shake you with my hands or my feet. Like that's how he would come at people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he definitely A1 with that. We're gonna talk more about that later though, man. Right now we're gonna get into what's going on in the world, bro. This is your segment.
My segment.
Yeah, bro.
What you mean? What you mean, man?
Because you like to talk about what the hell going on out here, man. What's going on out here these days, bro?
Man, hey, I see false pretenses of freedom.
Uh-oh.
You know, we as Americans, we forget, hey, freedom has a price.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Freedom is not free, bro.
Yeah.
And everybody can't afford it, right?
Hey,
Not
well,
fact.
you can afford it in certain ways.
Okay.
Certain currency, you can afford it.
What, your time?
Nah,
You got
nah, just sitting there and being quiet.
Yeah.
well, we gonna get
You know, it's kind of like, you may be in an abusive relationship,
right.
but what you gonna do when you get out of it? That's where people are stuck in America when they want to have the freedom of speech. Like, I can speak, then now I'm thrown to the wolves, you know. Or I can just stay in this abusive relationship and eat good, have a roof over my house. As long as I keep my mouth shut,
Right.
everything's good.
Oh, that's a tough choice to make.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, everything has a consequence. It's up to you if you want to live with it. And that's the thing that makes people fall back when they want to stand for something, or when a group of people want to stand for something. Because like me and you can go outside and, you know, protest all day long.
Right.
Or like take over a building. They start cutting power, they cut the water. Then it's like one of us going to start getting weak.
Yeah.
You know?
Because when you got to fight for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get exactly what you're saying.
And most people don't understand that when you stand for something, you have to be, if you really do stand for something, and I always say this, you got to be willing to die for it.
Sacrifice.
110%.
See, you always take it to the extreme. This nigga right
Nah,
here.
ain't
Yeah,
no
but he
extreme.
always
Nah, I
take it to the
respect it.
extreme.
Nah, I
Ain't no
respect it.
extreme.
You respect it?
I respect it.
I just say sacrifice, but he want to say die for you. But you right though.
No, you got to be willing to die
I
for
be trying
it.
to soften it up for the crowd, but
It's
you
like-
you like to cut throats
Yeah,
off.
it's synonymous though.
Yeah.
It's synonymous.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
You
just
know?
saying.
But
So-
hey, bro, that's why you my man's, because you was exactly right. Because people want freedom, and people don't even realize what we come to in this country. The reason why we can live the way we live is because people died for that.
yeah,
You know?
110%.
of course,
110%.
of course.
So
But
people forget that.
Yeah, we forget that. I also think that, like you said, it's freedom. It's limited freedom.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's not total freedom or liberty.
Of
at all.
course.
You
At
know
all.
what I mean?
How
So-
about this? I know where y'all going to, right? But is this shit backfiring on my man Elon Musk? The Twitter shit? Cause I heard about people like they down to him for what he's doing, basically. Right? You heard about that?
yeah. They're basically saying, "Oh, now you're just giving a platform for everybody just to speak their minds."
Yeah, to be and
But I thought that was a law,
Yeah,
freedom of speech.
but that's what I'm talking about. It's like this is what we say. This is what we think that we
Right.
want, right? Then Elon Musk goes, I'm gonna buy this platform. Everybody can say whatever they want to say.
right.
And then he realized that everybody's just saying derogatory shit.
Right.
And everybody racist as hell, right? And
Well, I mean, all that is put into perspective of like so we have freedom of religion. My bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen.
that. But in some people's eyes, that freedom of religion is offensive. Why should I hear a Muslim prayer call if I'm Christian? Or if I'm Muslim, why should I hear the Catholic Church bells?
Yeah.
You see, so it's always going to be a conflict, you know.
right. But
You
I
know,
think
but to say this is okay to say and say this is not okay to say, it's not right.
that's
either.
not freedom.
It's not freedom. It's limited.
But I
Yeah.
think what Elon is dealing with now, because he's getting this backlash. Because what I'm talking about is like
He gave an experiment pretty much.
right.
right.
And
Like,
now
okay, you
he's
guys want freedom of speech?
dialing it back though, right? Because he's seeing what happens when we have true freedom.
Yeah.
And then is true freedom anarchy though? Because I think that's what it was on. Because I'm not even really on Twitter. That's why I was really asking you. I'm not really on Twitter, but I heard that once he took over this platform, gave all these people they Twitters back. It got like because I watched the Trevor Noah clip where Elon Musk was asking people, well, what do you want to say? Because everybody's like, we want to say what we want. And they was like, what do we want to say? And everybody was just like, we want to say nigga.
Right.
So, right?
Yeah.
Because there was a bunch of white people calling people niggas
Right.
on there. And now when he seen that, then it's people bashing Jews,
Right.
which we're going to get into. Is people bashing other religions and doing a whole lot of that. And I think Elon Musk started seeing that, and he got backlash personally for it.
Right.
So he started dialing it back, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So now, then he come out with, you got to pay for verified profiles. You got to, you can't say this, because he started canceling people's accounts again.
Yeah.
What he said he wasn't gonna do, right?
Yeah. Well,
It's like too much of anything is never good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah, that's what they always say. See, that's why us as humans we always, fuck up shit, because we got that power of choice.
Right.
Whereas like if you like a certain type of liquor, it's okay to indulge in it.
Yeah.
But too much of it is gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Fact. Fact.
So
That's what I was telling this dude. Like, he was like, "Can we drink?" I'm like, well, "You can, but if I drink,
yeah.
I'm gonna crush the bottle."
I'm a wine sipper. I'm
Okay.
a wine sipper.
okay.
You know what I mean? That's what.
Is
That's
that what they
I'm
do in
into.
football? That's a footballer thing.
I don't know. It may be. It may
okay,
be.
okay. No,
But
no.
for me, I can't. The liquor thing is not my thing. Like
Okay.
I don't do the liquor thing. But I'm holistic. Let's just say.
You holistic.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't got to expound on that.
Yeah.
But man, talking back to the freedom thing, man, and how freedom ain't free, and you even pointed out that it's limited,
Yeah.
right? So we talking about. I know what y'all was getting on, man, but I'm gonna go ahead and introduce it for you.
Mhm.
We talking about the Kyrie Irving situation, right?
Right.
You're a professional athlete. He a professional athlete. My man, and this was crazy to me. Is like he didn't even really say anything,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
He literally shared something that and then when you share, and then that's the thing. If you share something, does that mean you agree with it? I always thought that was very confusing.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
just because I shared it,
yeah.
that don't mean I agree with it. I'm sharing something that I think is interesting.
I didn't even create.
And
I'm
because
saying something I may
I-
disagree with it.
Yeah, I do that because I do that on my platform, my Facebook or on my IG. I don't necessarily share stuff I agree with because I share some shit that's racist and it may be funny or whatever, or like whatever
Or
the
to
case
start
may
a
be.
conversation?
I just start a conversation. I just share things that are interesting.
Mm.
So, but long story short, Kyrie shared the movie. Hebrew? What's it called? I forgot the name of it.
Was that
Negroes
to Hebrews. or
Negroes to
something like
Hebrews,
that?
right? That's exactly what it was. So he shared that a couple of weeks ago, and he's getting not only drugged through the mud, but he's losing money. He's
He's getting what they say at Burger King, flame broiled.
Yeah.
He's getting flame broiled.
yeah, and he may because you exclaimed that your passion for football.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure Kyrie, a professional athlete, has a passion for basketball,
For sure.
and they taking that away from him.
Exactly.
That's how I look at it because of him expressing.
Yeah.
He's not even expressing his feelings. He's just expressing.
Yeah. He didn't even get into like the grave details of everything, which he could have done, and if he did, he'd probably be flamed even further.
I think he would
You
be
know?
eliminated.
Exactly.
If we got into
But
the
it's
detail.
like, why? You got to ask yourself, like, why is he being punished in this manner? You know, it goes to the extreme. It's like certain people feel like he's stepping out of line, and you got to right that wrong right away, or else too many people are going to follow suit.
Yeah.
And that's the power of influence, because there's plenty of people that have been saying the same thing Kyrie is saying for time that don't have that influence. But once somebody has that influence and even partially speaks about things, not even getting in depth, they get punished to the max, and that should tell you something right there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree with everything you said. But to get with Kyrie and any other like professional, athlete or anything, I'll dial it back down to average Joe shit. Me being when I was in the Marine Corps, we all, and right now in my current career, you don't talk politics in the office.
That was a rule back in the day.
You don't do that. You don't speak out for nothing.
Politics and religion.
You do
Yeah,
that,
especially in the joint, you don't do that.
You do that in
Really?
your off time. Like when I take my uniform off or when I clock out, if I want to go campaign or put up fucking signs, I do that. I don't do that in my workplace.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying, hey, if you want to speak, speak. I mean, that's your right. That's your freedom.
Yeah.
Hey, but there's consequences for you doing that shit. And I don't think that if it wasn't during the NBA season or fucking during a game or whatever, if he did this in the off season, nobody would have cared.
You think it would have been different if it was in the off season?
Nobody would have cared, man.
I never thought about that angle.
Nobody would have cared.
I don't think the same crowd would have heard it.
Right.
So then they would be like, all right, it's not so much of a problem.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, for sure.
Oh, because it's in the middle of the season, everybody's searching his name because we want to
Yeah.
see this box score from last night.
110%.
So now they on his page, and and he probably, you know what's funny? Now that y'all mentioned that, it might have been strategic for him. Because think about it, it's the beginning of the season.
I always tell people,
I
one,
just thought about that.
people that amass a certain amount of money, it's easy to look past the intelligence part because it's a game to amass that certain type of money. And then to be that type of athlete, you have to be a supercomputer, you know, to really play a sport at a certain level. It's really cerebral, you know. So his moves, like, you know, I think we're going to get into Ye. I mean, he's a billionaire. So it's like their moves can't really be comprehended all the time from people that don't have that level of chess game.
That is an excellent point, man. And that's I'm glad you're here because you mentioned the cerebral part of being an athlete of what people don't think about.
Right.
That's why we don't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because the level of training and commitment and calculations that it takes to make it to that level and to succeed.
110%.
How long has Kyrie been in the league, bro?
For a while.
Over 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Or 10, probably at 10 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So come on, man. His competitiveness, his, like you said, the way he think is all calculated.
Yeah.
And that's funny because I'm guilty for what you just said. I underlooked it. or overlooked it or didn't think about it.
But we didn't have
He
mentors
dropped
for
this
that.
at the beginning
Yeah.
of the season.
Right, facts.
So that he could garnish the attention for this. You know what I'm saying? And to make it look like, and also making it look like even the average Joe like me that overlooked it, I'm looking at it like, why are they tripping? He just shared something.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But he
Exactly.
could have been sitting on this for a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
For sure.
Damn, yo.
Yeah.
That's making me even respect the move even more.
110%. And I agree with you on the last statement you said, respect it even more. Because now I'm thinking back, like, when he was doing the interviews, and they were asking him question after question after question, a lot of repeated questions, and it's like how he kept his calm.
Yeah,
you know,
his demeanor was amazing.
Exactly, and then like answering the question without having to give so much detail that he knows is going to kind of put him further in the hole, but standing on his truth though.
How can I be anti-Semitic when I know who I am?
Yeah.
And he left it at that.
I loved it, man.
You know what I mean?
That's just
You know
as
what I
good
mean?
as I'm only here so I won't get fined.
But you know what though? You think about this though. Wow, his demeanor and his answers, and then you talk about if you believe in Christ or whatever you want to call him, and the way that he spoke.
Right. Calm. Collective.
Parables.
While he was being persecuted.
Parables. Yeah. I don't have to draw it out for you.
Yo, that's amazing. We're not even really gonna get into the content he discussed, but one thing I wanted to discuss was what we talked about earlier was the freedom, right? But what I did want to talk about is you kind of was going on it is like this may be frowned upon, but in this country, when we work for because that's what he does, he's working for somebody.
For sure.
We're representing something. You was in the Marine Corps, you represent that, right? You got clubs you play for, you represent that.
110%.
Whether you don't got your jersey on now, but you represent that.
110%.
Right? So, who said that? It's a limited freedom, right?
Yeah.
And do we not think about that? Because it's not only Kyrie, it's we all got to have a job, or we all have to have some type of participation, or we have to have an agreement with other people in order to survive.
I think a lot of people forget, and we get so comfortable in our lives, we forget that like we as Americans, being an American is actually a privilege. You know,
just being there,
like
right.
just saying you live in America, that
Bro.
just coming with that, you think you're protected
People
24/7.
we talked about sacrifice. People sacrifice their families to be here. Yes.
You get a lot of opportunities that a lot of other people don't get around the world.
100%.
Just because you're American, you know,
Right.
whether you're black, white, or whatever, you know, you get the opportunities. And people forget that they don't even know their freedoms. They just go through life, you know.
You
So
exactly right.
How I
You do
like
not pay
how I like
attention.
to how I like to visualize it is like, think of it like you have children.
Mhm.
My sons are free. I am their ruler, so to speak.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want within this boundary.
Right.
You step outside this boundary,
Uh-huh.
this hammer comes down on your ass.
Damn right.
If you want to, what they say, be grown, I take all your shit away from you. Go be grown. And that's how we are as
That's
Americans.
a great
we
point.
we are
You
kids.
broke that down well, man.
Because that's what's happening.
We are kids.
That-
So it was like, oh, you want to act out? Take that shit away from your ass. Oh, you want to behave? Here you go.
Or
Not at 10%.
give you a list of shit of what you need to do
Right.
for you to get back right.
Right. Hey, look, you fucked up. I need you to do this. I need you to go clean this. I need you to do this in school. Go apologize to your teacher.
Sometimes
then-
you find things that don't even mean anything,
Right.
but you still give the task to do.
Yeah.
And the workforce do that.
Yeah.
100, yeah, man, they fill this paper out, fill this paper out, fill this paper out. You sign all these papers, you give it to them, they throw it away. Like, it don't make no
You
sense.
right.
It don't make no sense.
You right. You exactly right. But why do you think that we forget that we have this limited freedom, or that we wearing this cloak? We're wearing the garments of what people gave us.
Yeah, we're almost like,
Not necessarily gave us. I'm not gonna say that
Yeah.
that we didn't earn these positions that we have, as far as like Kyrie and Kanye and things like that. They earn their spots, but they forget that they are bound. It's boundaries. Why do you think we forget that? Especially us as black men. How? Come on, bro. Why do we forget that?
I think we do get comfortable in the freedom or the liberty that we experience, and then we get entitled to certain things. And like you said, across the world, a lot of these freedoms are just not even there, you know? So we forget. We really do forget, you know? It could be less off. And I do it often because, I mean, I went away for a while. So at the same time, like, some of the things that I take for granted now, it's like I would be praying for and begging for back then. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Hold up. See, that's a good point, because you've lived without freedom.
110%. Yeah.
And now what? Now you're appreciative of
Limited freedom.
the limited.
Yeah, you're right. It's true.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people are. So what do we say to stuff like this? Because some people may be watching this and be like, oh, they sound like simps, or they sound like assimilation Negroes, right?
Right.
Right? But no, for real, right?
Yeah.
Because people be like that. Like, no, you're supposed to be, you know what I mean? We supposed to always be fighting. So like, what do we say about some people recognize that, like, we got people in the public eye, right? That they recognize their limited freedoms.
Right.
What they can and cannot do, or they will be stripped of
X, Y, and Z.
of what they already earned, right?
Right.
And so they have to speak a certain way in public about it. Let me just say what I'm saying. So Kyrie is getting shamed by a lot of black people, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Big names, you know what I mean? Successful people like him, even more successful people like him. I mean, we can name names. I don't even want to name names because I don't really want to talk bad about, you know what I mean, our brothers that are people that I look up to. But they have denounced the things that he's said, right? But now they're shunned. Is that right? You feel me? Because this man went beyond the boundaries of what, you know, our limited freedoms. He went beyond that. You know, he's trying to. I really don't even know what he's really trying to do or what they want to do.
Yeah.
But people aren't teaming up with him. People that are of his level and of his caliber and of his race aren't teaming up with him at all.
Yeah.
Are they wrong?
I would say, I mean, for me personally, from a moral aspect, then you can't really be so wrong, you know, if you're not knowledgeable of what he's saying, you know. But I also would say that, and like you said, in life, even homeboys growing up, it's like they know that they need to complete this homework assignment. They know they need to speak to the teacher a certain way to get the degree so they can have X, Y, and Z. And you got other homeboys that's like, nah, I don't wanna do that, but it comes with a certain stress. You know,
Yeah, true.
It comes with a certain stress, you know, and the other side comes with a certain stress. So it's like whatever you want to live with and you're cool with internally and for your family, then albeit do it, you know. It's too much like binary, like has to be like this or has to be like that,
Right.
you know, without full understanding of where somebody's coming from. Like I know my homeboy, like he cheated his way through school. He has this degree. He does excellent IT work, and he'll do anything to check the next block off of this society's list of capitalism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But he wants some other type of freedom, but he chose that side, and that's great for him. You know, I can't put my feels or my other homeboy can't put his feels on him. You live to each his own.
I like what you said about. I like what you said about. What you think about that, bro?
Well,
Because people are really being shitted on for not standing up for them.
Well, we're comparing like people that maybe someday will be on their level, but right now we're not on their level. You know,
Okay.
The rest of the athletes or
Most definitely.
the entertainers, I think they're not speaking out of ignorance. They're speaking out of like, hey, you might fuck up money for the rest of us.
110%.
You know, I said that on the last part.
Is that being a coward though?
No, I don't think it's being a coward because like it could be like they all could agree, but it could have been like, hey, bro, you don't say that in public. Just like say like a bunch of
You're right. You did talk about that on the first episode.
Say like a bunch of white celebrities, entertainers. Like say one of the white basketball players was like, hey, I don't like black people.
Yeah.
And the rest of the white entertainers could say, hey, I really don't like him either, but they gonna speak out against them because like, yeah, bro, you don't say that.
Right.
You fucking up our money. You don't say that because now they're looking at us all as like that. You know, so somebody has to speak out. But then again, I also look at it like, hey, man, that's y'all brother too. Like
that's
y'all could talk to him. Y'all got his number, I'm sure. Why are y'all publicly shaming him?
That's my thing about it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's like are these people are they forced to make a statement? But I think like people like Shaq is one of them. I think Shaq is one of those people. He has to say something. He gotta say something. You can't ignore it. He's on TNT, bro. He has to say something. And you just said he can't really. Can you really side with him and not look? Because Shaq come on, man. Shaq on his way to $1 billion if he don't got one already, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like they want to secure what they have going on, no matter what they truly believe or if they're in agreement with him or not. You know, they're going to protect what they have.
Because I think people all agree with them, right?
110%.
But it's protecting what you have to not fight for. I guess what we talking about is like what political freedom. Like to not fight for that. I mean, because we as black men been fighting for this for a long time.
I think
you know, and we had athletes go through this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got Muhammad Ali's. We have people like this, right? Go through this, right? And then now we have even more athletes with that power. Because I think that's what's going on in our community is why they shame them. Is like we have the political power, we have the money, we have the forces necessary, but yet we still don't stick up for our guy when he get persecuted.
Yeah.
Is that being a coward? Is that shameful?
I mean, I don't know what their endeavors are or what their true feelings behind the whole thing.
Yeah.
Me looking as a regular person,
Yeah, right.
I will call them cowards.
Okay.
Because you do have the money, you do have the political pool, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I have yet to see you use it to benefit any black community or anything.
And I think that's the point.
That's the thing, though. But it's like it's self-preservation at the end of the day.
Yes.
You know, and that's how humans are wired. And so, like I've been around athletes that are like multi-millionaires, and they're not thinking about their kids or their grandkids. They're thinking about like lines and lines of families down the line. So like I need to secure this.
Right.
I've reached this level. I need to secure my family. Right. You know what I mean? So they're not really thinking of like
they're thinking about generational wealth.
Yeah. They're like, okay, I could help these people, but I don't know these people. You know, these are the people that love me and I love them. So let me secure my family. And that's how a lot of people operate.
And I don't fault anybody for that because I mean like just regular people like, us. Yeah. Like you could go out there and do something to get arrested and I'm like, hey man, the cop's showing up. I'm not getting arrested, nigga.
Yeah.
110%.
Hey, you like, yo, you ain't gonna stand here with me? No, nigga, I'm leaving.
I'm your brother.
Hey, you just said it. You just said it. You just said it correctly right there. And like I'm gonna point out something that Boosie said a minute ago when he was he was kind of talking about snitching. And he was talking about baby's little what's his name gangster that actually told on people, but he told on dead people.
Right.
He was like, bro, you know what I mean? When you live this life, you live by the code. You stick to the code. Some of us gonna make it, and some of us ain't. So like you know the game you playing. Like Kyrie, Kanye, they know exact
110%.
They know the game they playing, right?
Yeah.
You either gonna make it, some of us gonna make it, some of us ain't. You feel me? We're gonna take a break for a second. Most definitely. That's definitely what it is, man. But shit, another thing we talking about, man, us as black folks, man, we all in the hip hop community, man. You still listen to rap, man? I know you've been around the world and you know what I mean, been player hated. But you still listen to rap though, right?
Yeah, it definitely has its times for me. For sure.
You'll say it has its times. My man said, man, I done backed off of all that drill music and shit, huh?
Yeah, it's like for me, it's like a pre-match thing. You know, like that's when I really get into it. But I don't listen to rap all day, every day.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean?
No doubt. A lot of people don't. This nigga definitely don't. He just had his playlist jumping earlier.
Yeah.
And something came on there, and I was like, what the hell is this shit?
What you on?
Because he work out too.
You know I listen to System of a Down.
He be on his rock and roll. He be on.
Okay.
He might hit some dance music type shit.
Hey, you gotta expand your mind. Man.
Yeah.
You know, I love that '80s Coke music too.
Yeah, that Crystal Waters. Yeah, that Pink
Floyd and
that
shit.
Pure Love. Yeah,
doing shrooms and shit.
Gypsy Woman. Yeah.
Hold on, y'all niggas put the Starlight shit on and the disco ball and all that shit.
Bro, something to get your rhythm going, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
whatever mood you in, you be like, I'm gonna go home, throw this Pink Floyd on today.
Hell yeah.
What you gotta do, man?
I feel you on that. Yo.
Fear, Loathing in Las Vegas.
You
man.
already?
Okay.
You already?
I see what type of time you on.
Sometimes it get like that.
Sometimes it be like that.
I definitely understand. But I brought that up because, man, what's going on in hip hop now? I mean, man, people dying every day. We talk about this. We talk about this way too often on every podcast, man. I bet that's going on right now.
Nah, facts.
Rappers dying every day. All brothers, you know what I mean? Black men, right? And so most recently, the biggest one, Takeoff. Then got
shot.
Then got shot and killed, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Over some beef that's it wasn't even really beef, but basically it's different stories floating around there, man. We don't really know until all the investigation is over.
Right.
But they howl out argument over a girl from a minute ago, I think. Right? And then he wasn't even in the argument. But he became basically collateral damage in the argument. Y'all heard that's the story y'all heard too, right?
Yeah, that and the dice game.
They was at a dice game.
Yeah.
Something happened where they started talking about a girl somebody used to mess with. It got heated. You know, they mess with the same chick. Of course, man, you know how these women will mess with all of us, right?
Yeah. especially at that Hollywood level.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I mean? For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But it got heated, and Takeoff took a couple shells, and they ended his life, right? But one point I wanted to get at about that certain situation is I hear that his page gets 1 million views, not a views, but he gained 1 million followers after his death.
Right.
Like what is that about with us? Like I feel like the same thing happened with Nipsey Hussle, and I feel like it happens to every, especially celebrity of ours. After we pass, now we on them. Now we rest in peace. Now we.
Now
he was
playing
the man.
their songs and all of that.
Yeah,
but I mean, I think even on the elementary level, it's like you always miss what you had, you know, and then you appreciate more when you don't have it.
Yep.
Okay.
You know, so when somebody passes, it's like you can have all the love for them in the world while they're here, you know, and I mean, we all, you know, have parents or loved ones that like they get on our nerves sometimes.
Right.
And you love them to the moon and back. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So, but then when they leave, it's like you really want that presence around. You really start to appreciate them for more than just the human that they were. You know what I mean? In the soul. So I think it's natural, you know, even though we always say, oh, give the guy their flowers while they're here, this, that, and the third. But you can only do that on a certain human level. But when they pass, it's more than a human interaction. So that's why it's more love given when it's gone, you know?
Yeah, we don't know what we got till it's gone.
110%.
Of course.
Yeah, absence makes the heart grow fonder, you know. And like you said, to break it down into normal people lives, if, you know, your family member dies, you start looking back through that old photo album, you know, like, oh, remember this time? You never did that before. You know, so like when a celebrity dies, everybody gets on it and it's like, oh man, they were making good music, or they did do this movie, or they did write this book, or I do remember that. You know, so everybody jumps on it because you got to remember too, with the celebrity hype, it's also an emotional wave that people are going to get on and ride. You know, 'cause everything with that is a wave. You know, so I don't think it's more of like people being shitty or something, or just following people when they're dead.
Yeah.
It's just that's just how we as humans do when death comes.
Yeah.
It's like you're celebrated more when you die. Just think about like with all the dead artists, not even rappers, you know, painters, you know,
Big facts.
yeah,
Big facts.
authors who wrote books. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this dude, he wrote good books. I ain't know nothing about him until he died.
Till he died.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's the thing, is like, to me, is like, is that phony? To me, it's phony, man. Like, because, I mean, even like you said, it's with everything, with artists, with people that's doing things for the culture, you know. I mean, we talked about like Kyrie and things like that earlier, and then we even talked about how even Shaq and LeBron are being shunned and shitted on because they not riding with them, and it's like, but when they pass, they did everything correct.
Everybody gonna love them. Yeah, for sure. I get that.
Like,
I get that.
that was my thing with this, is like, cause honestly, I'm not really a Migos fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I never what they call it, like mumble rap at first, right? And a lot of people was on that.
Yeah.
This shit is mumble rap. This not even rap.
Yeah.
Oh, these, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We on that, right? Oh, these niggas. Some people might. Oh, they too flashy. I know. I remember. I'm an old dude. I wear loose clothing. Right. We was on
I'm
them
a
for wearing.
Migos fan.
Okay,
I
I used to be on them for wearing tight ass clothes. Like, these niggas is gay. You know what I'm saying? They wearing fucking, what is Versace? Like these niggas wearing women clothes.
He's a different type of guy.
I'm just,
you know what I'm saying? He's out the Wu-Tang.
I'm not
era.
her. That's
You know
me.
what I'm saying?
You
Yeah,
feel what I'm saying?
for sure,
So
for
I'm
sure.
not even gonna front. Like, but I'm not one of them dudes that picked up my IG like, oh, I gotta follow Takeoff. Like, I mean, I respect the man for what he do and what he did, but I'm not a Takeoff fan. Bro, I couldn't even I don't tell the difference between the three of them. Like, if it was 4 Amigos, I wouldn't even know. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm on.
Yeah.
And like, when he passed, of course, it's rest in peace, whatever. But I'm not getting on him like I'm the biggest Takeoff fan ever, right? Because I feel like that's kind of phony, bro. You don't think there's something in that? Because the number one thing was when Nipsey passed, right? Because Nipsey he wasn't huge. He definitely wasn't as big as Takeoff.
Right.
Right? But now you can't go nowhere without hearing Nipsey.
Yeah. But see, I don't mind that as far as Nipsey is concerned, because
Okay.
I got a lot of homeboys that were on Nipsey like that, you know. But then when he passed, it's like the message that he was trying to get out. Now they're knowledgeable of it. So
Okay.
it's like that wave of Nipsey passing and people like, you know, posting Nipsey and his interviews and the way that he spoke and his motivational speeches. It's like that's only beneficial. So how can you hate that? You know what I mean? Like, that's only beneficial.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying is that when someone dies, you know, everybody's like, oh man, now I'm on it.
Yeah.
It's like, why weren't you on it when
That's
they were
what
alive?
I'm saying. Like, be a person.
But you got to realize too, like, some people probably didn't know. Well, they knew, but they probably didn't know who that person was until they were dead.
But I think that's part of my beef too.
But just think about it, like, it's been like that way throughout humanity, throughout history.
Yes.
Like, just think about like how many followers Jesus got after he was crucified.
You're right. Okay.
I mean, like, why y'all ain't follow him when he was alive? I mean,
right,
that's a prime example. I'm not trying
well,
to.
I think that's like the number one example right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And like you said with Nipsey's message, Jesus' message reached millions after he died.
Yeah.
Hundreds of millions.
So with
wildfire.
that said, are these like, especially like rappers like Nipsey? I know we was talking about Takeoff, but like I don't know his music as much. But are these people sort of martyrs, right? Because they kind of and it's not like they're not martyrs because they're not like they're not dying because of the cause, right? They're dying for stupid ass factors, but the message lives on. But like to y'all point is when they do pass, their message gets that much stronger, and sometimes it's exponential.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in somewhat, are they really like almost a sacrifice, almost a martyr, right?
I wouldn't label every dead rapper or entertainer as a martyr. Yeah. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It may be the total wrong word. I got you. Yeah.
I was just trying to say that most people gain more notoriety when they're dead. I mean, we forget that, Tupac and Biggie were big in their time, but how much more people listened to them after they died. I mean, Tupac and Biggie still put out music when they were both dead.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, they gained more followers and listeners. You know, people, saying, "Hey, I'm a Biggie fan."
Right. It's
and we forget there's other countries too.
Right.
Facts.
You know, we forget that like not just Americans listen to rap.
Most definitely, yeah.
You know, so.
Oh yeah, but that's why these rappers making so much money these days.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
everybody wants to be a part of the culture. For
yeah.
Sure.
So
it's global now.
So someone in India or wherever could have got an alert. Hey, Takeoff is dead. Or who's Takeoff? Oh, he's part of the Migos. I didn't even know their different names.
Yeah.
And they start going on their page and follow him. Oh, I do like him.
Okay.
Oh, I do like him.
Right.
You know? So
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I can dig that part too. But another thing I wanted to talk about this particular death about it, right? So let's go with because all these are rumors and speculation right now because we have no idea what happened and they putting out different stories. But go with the story we talked about earlier. You're arguing. You had a dice game. I shoot dice. I don't know about y'all, but I shoot dice. You know what I'm saying? I live that life. Like I would go out here if it's a dice game out here. If I got some bread, I'll go down it. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Like, oh shit, let me get some ham. Let me shoot some dice real quick, right? But we get into this shit where it's like, because arguments happen at a dice game. Arguments happen in competition.
Yeah.
You feel me? Come on, man. You play professional sport, and we all done hooped outside. Right. We talking cash shit.
Right. 110%.
You feel me?
Yeah.
To the point we trying to get the man off his game. We talking cash shit, but people take it a different way. You feel me? And now, because your feelings are hurt or because of this man that slept with somebody that you care about or whatever, like, we take it, why in our community we take this to the extreme? You feel what I'm saying? Like, we can't settle beef no other way.
Yeah.
Or we can't back down off it.
Yeah, it's communication. It's a lack of communicating skills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then also being able to decipher your emotion, right? And realize, like, when you're receiving things with the ego, you know what I'm saying? With, like, extreme ego. You receive it with ego, you can't communicate, then all you know is, all right, violence, you know? Or let me express my dominance over this human being, you know? As simple as that, you know? When really, if you could just sit and have a conversation, you know, most people don't want to get into altercation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even fighters don't like to get, like,
that's a natural human reaction. Like, I'm going to avoid confrontation at all costs.
Yeah. But then that ego will take it to a next level, and then not being able to express yourself, you know, using your words, you know?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it turns, you know, something that should be verbal and a good correspondence to a physical altercation, and then they can go even higher. You know, because nowadays people don't want to take no L's in no kind of way, especially if you are, you know, of that crowd, you know. So then it always goes to the next level.
And then we see it all the time. We see it all the time in rap. Yeah. Because and you even mentioned Tupac and Biggie earlier.
Yeah.
They had beef. Mm-hmm. It was a whole East-West beef, right? And unfortunately, people did lose their lives. But Tupac ain't killed Biggie. Biggie ain't killed Tupac.
Right.
I mean, it's not, you know what I mean? That
Right.
allegedly, you know what I mean? That's not confirmed. But at the same time, I feel like let's use this example. Jay-Z, Nas.
Right.
They had beef. And it's funny, I think this is a perfect example. They had beef. They ain't like
correct.
each other. They wasn't fucking with each other. And it's almost the same thing because Hov fucked Nas' baby mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's almost the same thing, but and it's to your point, because of their communication level, these fellas' intelligent level, right? It never got
there.
It never
Gunplay.
got that far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The Biggie and Tupac thing was crazy because, like, upon doing, like, you doing your research and you want to know what happened with the story, people inside of both camps, or especially Biggie's side, was saying, like, Biggie was trying to express that, you know, he ain't want no problems with Tupac.
Right,
So
exactly.
at that level, and people in your camp are saying this, then why can't Biggie and Tupac have that conversation and dead all of that?
Have that shit
Right.
down.
You know what I mean? Like, that don't make no sense to me, you know, but
It
that's
definitely
yeah.
don't, because we see it in the rap community all the time. And what I was getting at is, like, these days it's so many more deaths due to rap beef.
Right.
These niggas don't even know each other half the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy. Of course, you're going to beef with somebody in your neighborhood. You see the nigga every day.
Right,
Y'all
right,
know
right.
the same people.
Right.
You're going to hear things coming back and forth, right? But now beef is through the internet.
Yeah, and that's
like,
crazy.
if you ain't on IG, you wouldn't even know this nigga said anything.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, why you mentioned the ego thing. Why is our damn ego so weak? Why is our skills so weak? Why is our human consciousness so weak that we don't know no other ways to deal with this people?
Well, I mean, speak on it all the time.
Yes,
It
you
all
do.
comes from childhood.
Yes, you do.
You
Yes,
know,
you do.
and how you're raised a lot determines how you're going to be as an adult. Not all the time. You know, some people can break away from mental barriers, you
Yeah,
know,
but that's tough.
for what they were taught. But if you live in a household where it's been chaotic or everybody's in there fighting each other, there's no love. Anytime you want something, you have to go and, like, forcefully take it. That's how you go out into the world,
110%.
you know. Or if you're in a household where no one's telling you, hey, look, you don't need to be beating your brother up. Yeah, that's big brother or, you know, sibling beef. You don't need to do that. What is wrong with y'all?
Right.
Y'all can talk about y'all problems.
Yeah.
Y'all are blood. Y'all are who y'all got.
Yeah.
If there's no one in the home saying that to them, that's all they know.
Mhm.
And then when there's no one in the home, you know, administrating any type of discipline or, you know, any type of, like, you know,
Structure. For
yeah,
real.
structure.
Yeah.
When you go out into the streets, into the school, that's who's going to raise you.
Right.
And as we know, we being out here on the streets, you can't just say, hey, man, hey, we have a problem. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
gonna be like, yo, what kind of soft ass bullshit is that?
Right,
I want to
right,
beat your
right,
ass.
right, right,
We got a
right.
problem.
Yo,
We gonna fight.
Bro,
Yeah.
but that's exactly right. But nah, you exactly right, bro. Somebody talking some shit about you. You can't go out there like, hey man, come on, let's talk this out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and like I say, like, people over compensate for a lot of things in life. We always speak on having a balance with things.
Yeah.
There are certain things that, yeah, you gotta some certain things we can talk. Like, if I don't like how you moving, if we're in business, we can talk about shit.
Yeah.
Then there's certain things, like, sometimes I gotta take action.
Yeah. If you-
But sometimes
if
people
you-
don't
if
know
you
that.
go
how
over
to-
that.
Some people don't know how to balance out that scale.
Yeah,
They just
some
got
shit is
this-
unforgivable.
They just have this up here, like, hey, I'm just gonna be violent all the time instead of just trying to comprehend and talk. You gotta have that balance because you can't, you know, you can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
the
two and two
world
go-
don't work like that. It's a law of polarity.
Yeah.
It's yin and yang.
That-
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Most definitely. For every action is a reaction.
Yeah.
110%.
You feel me?
110%.
And you kind of was getting into it, man. Like we bat. It's because of how we deal with things, and it's something inside of us sometimes on how we react to shit. Because I think a lot of these rappers, they millionaires, but they insecure.
Of course.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like dog.
Yeah.
Like yo, if you find out, let's do this. Let's do this right now. You find out I fucked some chick that you fucked a minute ago.
A minute ago?
But because that's what this was about.
Yeah.
I don't even think this was current. That's what they was talking about. You
Yeah.
my man. Because everybody out there knew each other. It was no beef out there until, well, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that they was the best they was cool like that.
Right.
But they all knew each other. They shoot dice together. You know each other good enough to shoot dice. It ain't no beef, right? But then you find out that I hit some chick that you didn't hit.
Yeah, embarrassed.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was.
I may be talking shit about it.
Yeah.
Right? But you so insecure about it, you gonna, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You gonna grab the strap on me, though?
Yeah.
You feel me? You gonna up on me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at with it. I feel like we see a lot of that in our entertainers and our rappers these days. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, I think the money don't make anybody secure.
Right.
Ooh.
You know,
the
money don't make you secure?
Nah, it doesn't.
Nah. And then especially
okay.
now with social media and everything like that, like people from around the way can get talked about by 5 people and have the worst day of their life. You know what I'm saying? These celebrities and athletes go to work, and the next morning they got hundreds of thousands, millions of people talking about how bad they are, how they look, this, that, and the third, and think it doesn't affect the human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The money doesn't substitute for that. You can make all the jokes, all the bars, all the double entendres you want. It don't substitute for that human feel. You know?
Real shit.
Yeah.
Like this thing, you like right now, like you can just go on to your IG or the Prodigal Brother's IG.
Yeah.
You know, a few comments, you know, oh, thank you for following, thank you for supporting. But say you fucking LeBron James, bro, you suck. I had money on that. You fucking blah, blah, blah. You fucking monkey motherfucking gorilla,
Yeah. I'm going to be at your door, this, that, and the third. Yeah, all that.
Yeah, they get that. They get that.
Yeah.
But they feel it, though, huh?
110%.
No matter
the money don't match that.
LeBron a billionaire. You think he feel that people?
I think it takes a part of you to break away from your humanity to desensitize yourself from feelings, and when you do that, you're actually tearing yourself down.
Yeah.
Because I've been that way before, where I was like, yo, I ain't got no feelings. Yeah, I am like a robot. But then later on in life, I'm like, yo, I need my feelings.
Yeah.
And then when you have your feelings, shit does hurt eventually.
Yeah.
Yo,
No matter who you are, man. You know, like, I mean, fuck. Donald Trump probably gets his feelings hurt, bro. People don't think that, bro. There's somebody out there hurting his feelings, man.
Yeah, right. We don't see. Unfortunately, you're right. We just mask it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just like whatever,
But
bro. You're a billionaire. You're a millionaire. How are your feelings hurt? Why you care about what they say? That's because they can't even go nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
Money, like you said, money doesn't make you secure.
That's another thing too. That's another thing too to point out is like they can't even go nowhere because we look at these people. A lot of these people look at this situation as like, yo, why are you outside shooting dice?
I said the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I said
That don't make no sense to me.
I was like,
It
why
don't.
you ain't in your secure building with security?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I want to shoot dice, we all got money. I'm gonna make sure it's just secure.
Yeah,
Watch my back.
110%.
Right.
Because it, like,
Everybody
like,
getting patted down. Ain't no
Right.
firearms around. No phones around. You
Right.
know what I mean? It don't make no sense.
Like, because
You know what I mean?
when I've seen the clips of the video, it looked like, for me, I was like, what, they like in a subway or some shit?
Yeah, they said it was like, bro, it was real live. Like I said, I go out here and start shooting dice.
It looked like
it
they
was just
in,
like
in the
that.
hallway of a hotel or something.
Yeah,
like in the
like-
hallway floor of a hotel.
Yeah,
That's what it looked like to me.
Like,
Bro.
where you shit, where there is no safety, there's no security. You
This
don't know
was
who
a
running behind.
casual dice game, bro.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
this is how
Like,
dice games happen.
and
It's
I'm-
like I used to walk around with dice, so I know about it. Like for real.
Just shoot them choice off the wall.
Yeah, just
walk
shoot.
around blowing
But,
your
then,
head.
but my
He
thing
was one
is,
of them dudes.
I was one of them dudes because I like to get the money.
But you was a regular person, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. So these millionaires, these millionaires was trying to grab. They want that feeling.
No, man.
I feel like you just said
that's-
it. Like
that's dumb,
you,
bro.
You want that personal feeling.
I get
just because
that.
I'm a millionaire with these.
But you
With
can have that.
$250,000 worth of chains on,
You can
I still want to shoot these dice.
You can have that in a safe and secure location, bro. Like you said, you thought it was a hotel. I thought it was like I thought they waited on a fucking train or some shit. So imagine me, I'm fucking whatever trying to come up because I need rent money. I'm like, oh damn,
Yeah.
these niggas over here shooting dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
They must be dumb. The Lord must bless me today
Yeah.
to rob all
It
these
look
motherfuckers.
like a gold mine.
He said they done blessed me today. And I got the strap on me, extra clip.
Right.
Oh yeah,
gold
I
It's a gold mine.
I got all these niggas.
Right, like that's dumb, bro. That's dumb.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's just dumb.
And that's the thing. It's like that's why when I see Ye, and then I see the Migos, you know what I'm saying? Like Ye for me is an intelligent person to amass that type of money. But sometimes you look at these rappers, and no disrespect, this is from the outside looking in. Some of these rappers can't even form sentences, can't speak. How did they amass millions of dollars?
You talking about Kodak Black?
I ain't talking about nobody.
I feel you, though.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? So
I
as
fuck with
far as
Kodak,
that,
though. That's why I said it.
I like Kodak's style. I like that he's himself.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm
he's
saying?
all the time.
All the time.
That's respectable.
But yeah, I don't think that's a smart. Like you're saying, I don't think it's intelligent. Like, if you're a millionaire, you can be smart enough not to play a dice game in the open.
Right.
It don't make no sense.
it definitely don't make no sense. Most definitely, man. But shit, man. Let's get into why we here, man. Why you here, man? Ty Hall, yo, professional athlete, man. What's going on with you, man? I know you feeling good today, man. You definitely laying it down for us. I'm glad you came out, yo, to talk to us. You definitely laying it down, but you was celebrating last night, man. Talk about that shit, man. Talk about your club, man.
Okay.
The season.
Okay. My club is Futbol Club 4188.
Okay.
Like I said, we're a semi-pro team with like young ballers that want to play at the next level. You know, most of the team, they kind of been overlooked as players growing up and just trying to provide that opportunity. But they're ballers though, so we went undefeated in this season. We won last night. You know what I'm saying, and then we went downtown to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? So it was love. It was love.
No doubt. No doubt. But one thing I wanted to ask about you, your professional career. You how that start for you, yo? How you get into that?
Okay, so
because a lot of people don't understand how that goes for the football you play. You feel me?
Yeah.
We kind of understand how it goes for these, you know, basketball, baseball, football in America, right? But your game is totally different, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, now it's kind of getting on the same level as far as the process can go in the States. You know, you can go to college, you know, you can get drafted, you know what I mean? My journey was different. So I tried to go to school, but I was never like a school boy. You know, I was always like a real athlete for real. So I took a chance and just flew to Brazil, and then that's how I started my pro career at a club called São Cristóvão in Rio. So did that. You know, things didn't work out the way I wanted it to in the end. So then I came back home. And then came back home. I ended up getting in some trouble. And then I ended up going away. Like I like to call it vacation.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went on vacation.
You learned some lessons.
Yeah, a lot of lessons. You know, a lot of lessons and blessings. I can say that. You know, like in hindsight, you never want to have to go through anything like that. But when you really take the blessings and the gold out of it, it's like I'm actually glad I went through that because that made me who I am today.
Most definitely.
You know? Like, to be honest, I never read a book until I got locked up. You know what I mean? So there you go.
That's deep.
You know?
No, you definitely sharp. You definitely sharp.
I try to be. Iron sharpens iron, so I try to be around brothers like you, you know?
Most definitely.
So, I don't like to have frivolous conversation. You know what I mean?
Amen.
And that's why we here on Prodigal Brothers, man. Forget them other podcasts out there. We ain't frivolous over here.
Frivolous. You know what I'm saying?
We out here. We out
frivolous.
here talking about it, man. Real talk.
Nah, so I ended up coming back home after a few years, 41 months, you know, and then I ended up playing indoor. I met an agent online through a friend, and he sent me to an indoor club in Pennsylvania, and that kind of restarted my career. So then I started playing indoor. Then I was playing in the USL, which is the league under MLS.
All right.
So I was doing that, and then I started going.
Is that still professional or is that semi-pro?
Nah, it's professional.
Okay. It's just
the salaries aren't the same.
Right.
Yeah, most definitely.
The salaries aren't the same.
So they just get more exposure than y'all league.
110%.
Okay.
Like they have more of the TV deals.
Okay.
USL now is like on apps, so like you can watch it on ESPN Plus.
Okay.
And apps like that. And back when I was playing, it was mostly streamed on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we would travel the whole country.
And that was in U.S., right?
That was in the U.S.
Okay.
So I played here, and then I went abroad. I played in Finland. I played in Sweden. I played in Malta. So
Where's that?
Malta is like a little tiny island, like south of Italy. It's as big as this county.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's as big as this county for real. So
Man, you lived on the island type shit?
yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, Malta's paradise.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah,
He's
travel
well
for
traveled
real.
too.
Yeah, for sure. No, when I said Malta, I see you say yes.
I forgot who I'm sitting with over here. God damn, we got black men that's well traveled, bro. They probably speak other languages and everything. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just grateful for it all.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm just grateful for it all. And now, like, this is my last indoor season. I said it. This is my last indoor season. I'm not playing no more.
Well, they keep trying to bring you back or something to the indoor thing?
Yeah. And then I'm addicted a little bit, you know?
okay.
You have that syndrome of, like, not wanting to not have that edge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just want to give back. Like, I want to give back for football, for the community, for inner city kids.
Okay.
110%. I want to see more ballers that look like me get an opportunity nice and early to get proper coaching, proper training, and a proper opportunity to play at a higher level.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and earn real money in this sport because we have the talent. You know, so I'm trying to bring that out of the city.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that too, because what I wanted to talk about too is it's funny how you discuss how it's football, right? So American football, we got this thing going on where we realize the game is super unsafe. I mean, as far as especially if you play from a young age to the professional level.
Right.
Do you think that more people will go into your sport because it's obviously safer on the level of the CTE
110%.
than American football.
100%.
Do you have any programs or anything that tries to filter that, get people into your sport? Because I feel like there's not even you don't grow up wanting that. So is there anything that makes kids want to go and do that, play your football?
I would say from a parent's perspective, I could see how they could say, well, let's put my child in a safer sport. But to be honest, bro, the reason why a lot of athletes don't play our sport is because the cost.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the cost to play youth football is a decent expense when you have to worry about school. You know what I mean? You have to worry about groceries and living life. You know, and then you're just going to throw thousands of dollars at these youth clubs.
But
for your son to
how
play.
is that? Because I hear that basically the reason people play it abroad is because it's a cheap sport.
Yeah,
you
that's
just
the thing.
you just need a ball.
Exactly. But in America, everything's based around the dollar.
Yeah.
It's capitalistic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Football is a poor
Traveling.
man's sport.
Yeah.
Football is a poor man's sport.
What?
It should the
And that-
top
that-
players come from hoods
Yeah.
in other countries.
Right.
This is blowing my mind, yo. Right?
Yeah.
Because in other this is why you get like Dominicans, right? Like all these third world countries play football because it's cheap.
It's a cheap
But you're
sport.
saying that when you get to America, they boost it.
Nah,
it's
the
like
price
a barrier.
is crazy. Yeah, because you gotta pay coaches, you know. And then you gotta also think this. Overseas, you can have a player from your youth academy get sold for millions and millions of dollars. So then
from youth, they
Yeah.
can make money.
Yeah.
yeah.
They can
So
sign up.
they sell players to make millions and millions of dollars. So you sell one player every 5 years for 10 M's. You can support your youth staff. You can support your whole infrastructure.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
over here it's not like that. These
Yeah,
are
you
just
can't
clubs.
make money off youth.
You know what I mean? These clubs are like businesses. You know,
Yeah, of
so
course.
the parent is the customer.
Right.
So they have to pay. So that deters a lot of players. So for me, I had sponsors like doing ODP programs. I had sponsors so I can play. You know, parents like, why would I pay thousands of dollars when my son can go play basketball for
Well,
free?
we can play AAU.
Right.
The coach gonna pay for you.
Exactly. The coach gonna pay for you. The coach is gonna come pick you up. The coach is gonna
Yeah.
drop you off. It's not like that. Our culture, the football in the States is not like that.
Right.
You know, and I'm trying to bring that out.
Right. And I think that's what I was basically asking is that are there initiatives to change that around?
Not big initiatives.
Okay.
I mean, it's really just starting to hit that wave of like how can we figure this out?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, right.
Yeah.
But it's in the plan.
Yeah, 110%. You know, and I mean, I'm excited for the future in the sport, to be honest. But there's a lot of work to be done.
Of course.
Of course. There's always a
Yeah.
lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
And my bad. I can't read that shit.
I'm sorry, it's all over.
With you owning the semi-pro and being a pro athlete, and from what we view on TV, that's the only way we can base it from. We see the players from basically from different countries or white here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
What has been your struggles with being a black footballer?
Oh,
Like, or have they taken you seriously?
where do you want me to start?
when you wanted to do ownership? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Start from the beginning, man, because we want to talk to the youth, man. Like we from the ground up. That's why I usually like to go through the path, like because we
Yeah.
want to speak to those people. Because there's people that's listening to us that may want to get into that. They may be at that age, like I mean, your players, the people I know. Shout out to Ethan. Shout out to Eli.
Yeah.
Those are two of his players that I personally know, and
lot of
people
love
that
for them.
age. So, you know what I mean? Like, what have you faced from unfortunately, Ethan and Eli don't look like us, right? But I mean, they great guys.
Yeah.
But someone that age that look like you, like what would be that experience?
I mean, to be honest, it's like you have to play the game. You know, you can't be like if you come from like I grew up in a different culture aside from football, so that can be taken as aggressive. You know, he's not like doesn't have the proper etiquette. You know, he can have all the skill in the world, but you don't really see that just because he's fast. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get accredited with being technical. You get credited with being an athlete, and that turns into playing certain positions on the field. Like I can be more technical than the midfielder, but because I'm an athlete and, you know, the midfielder may be, you know, not as athletic, he gets to play in that position. I got to go play out wide.
Right.
You know what I mean? So those things are just like micro things. And then like in the locker room, you know how it is. You know, you can't really speak about what's going on in your world because that's not what's talked about in the locker room.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and then the finances behind it, it's tough to deal with growing up and you watch, you know, Johnny and this, that, and the third get all the new boots and all of that. You know what I mean? So you have to kind of stay focused on what the end goal is.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I would say that's the biggest thing.
That's funny that you brought up that locker room situation. So I think that's what Will was kind of asking is like, being you don't get that teammate camaraderie as often.
Yeah, because first of all, if anybody knows my story, that off break keeps people like, you know, they get kind of hypertensive around you, you know.
Right.
And
I
then
mean, what is it for real? Like what you went through? Like why would they be off putting because of what you?
I mean, everybody has a preconceived notion of what like going to prison is.
Right.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like we were just talking about your experience with the military. It's
Right.
like people just assume like, oh, did you do this or did you do this? Did you get into this? You know,
All right, so people know you sat down. They look at you a certain type of way off top.
110%. And then take that away. I mean, the way I wear my hair, everything. You know what I mean? That is not like a football thing. It's starting to become, you
Right.
know, because even football is starting to gain more of the hip hop culture.
Right.
You know, but yeah, it's just people. If you're not smiling when you walk into the locker room,
Right.
something's wrong. You know, like what's wrong with you? He's not speaking today.
Right.
What's wrong with him? Is it safe to be around him? Can I say something to him? But it's like, Wagwan, you're not smiling either.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
why is it that type of energy when it comes to me, but not to you? And then
Right.
you carry that onto the field. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, that's what it. And yo, what you said right there is very big, cause that's what it's a code switch, right?
110%.
Because that's what I do when I have a job. I gotta make sure I'm upbeat.
Yeah.
You know,
Even when you don't want to be.
Yeah,
Right.
I have to.
Yeah.
Because people that work with me, that's why a lot of people like working with me. I'm the joke guy. You know what I mean? I'm laughing, I'm funny, I'm trying to get everybody else to enjoy themselves. Yeah, that's has to be my I'm goofy.
Yeah.
I'm
Me
the-
too.
Yeah.
We grew up like that, though.
Right.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
did. We
yeah,
did.
Yeah, joining
But-
all the time. Yeah.
But like you just said, sometimes it's like, bro, can I
relax?
But we can't. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand. And I kind of, because sometimes I get upset when I come in there and I'm regular. Like sometimes I'm hungover, bro. Let's be 100 here. Like, bro, like,
Right, G.
hey, cuz, the light bright in here. Yeah? Like, yeah, I did a lot. I won a championship last night, bro.
I won a championship last night. For
You feel
sure.
me?
Nah, I get
So
that.
it's like, Al, what's up? What's going on? Like, man, chill, get off me. Like, get on somebody else.
Yeah.
But so I can understand that, yo.
Yeah.
Like, and then you're always the center of attention, right?
Yeah, even when you don't want to be.
So and that brings me to the point is like, because you play professionally, so it's like people are covering it, right?
Yeah.
You have, people talking about it. So have you dealt with sort of not as intense, but the Kyrie situation? Like, have you dealt with stuff like that? Like maybe announcers or people that interview you basically have this against you because of what you've been through or your background?
To be honest, no,
Okay.
I haven't. Like all the interviews I've done have been pretty straightforward about
Okay.
the match, like post match and stuff like that.
Okay.
I would say this though, my first interview I done, after coming home and playing the game, I look back at that interview and be like, who is that?
Right.
Because I was playing the game full on, like even changing the words I use or the way I was speaking, like enunciating like I'm in school. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's not me.
Right.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
So you thought you had to show something different to
exactly,
the crowd. Yeah.
Exactly. Or else I wouldn't be accepted. I think I never really dealt with nothing like that. But if I did, I definitely would speak my truth.
Okay.
110%.
Understood. Well, I know my thing is, like I said, like I prefaced it, bro. I don't know nothing about this game. I know the basics, of course, but I hear things, right? And I heard that overseas, especially like in Europe players, I've heard of people being severely racist.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm talking about to the point.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like people dressing up like monkeys,
Yeah, you
throwing
see it.
bananas.
Yeah, you see
Blackface
it.
and
Right?
throwing bananas on the pitch and all that.
Is this true? Have you gone through anything like this?
I haven't gone through anything like that. Like where I played overseas in Scandinavia, it's not so much of like violent, malicious racism.
Okay.
It's more of like, oh, snap, a black guy?
Oh.
Like I could be walking down the street from the grocery store and a car would slam on his brake and just stare. And it's not like malicious or anything. It's like,
Well,
wow.
they never seen it, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
you all in a different country. Like,
Yeah.
they ain't seen that.
Yeah, I'm in like the southeast of Finland. They're like, whoa.
Yeah, right? We don't see that. Yeah.
Like you get women, even guys come up, can I touch your hair? Can I touch your hair? They just don't know. It's not
Right.
malicious or anything.
Yeah, okay.
But like when you there's certain countries like
I don't think
like
that's
Spain.
racism, though. That's, if it's,
Yeah.
hey, bro, I've never seen a black person in my life. You know what I'm
110.
saying? And it's true, right?
Yeah.
I
Right.
am in Europe. You know what I mean?
But
so
in
I can understand
Spain-
that part.
Spain can get racist. Spain can get racist. That story of the bananas being thrown on
That
the
was-
pitch, that's in Spain.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't play, man. They don't
But
play.
now, that's another thing I wanted to ask you is like, is it true racism, or is it like I feel I got a passion for this so much that I will be racist to this dude just to throw him off?
Nah, I think it's true. It's true racism.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true racism.
Yeah.
Europe has a lot of racist parts. I know from my travels in Europe, going to different towns, they're sectioned off. Like everybody's segregated into their own little areas.
Yeah, because people don't know that Germany and parts of Europe, they invented the ghetto. That
Yeah.
like even the term ghetto comes from there, where they section off all the Jews and the blacks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't know that. So Europe is super racist.
Europe
You
is
know what I mean?
racist.
So
I mean, the whole world is super racist, man.
well, you know,
110%.
I mean, like being
but
honest.
I feel like there's levels to it though, bro.
I mean, honestly-
America's racist, but nigga, we can do anything we want here.
No, I'm just saying
Right
because
now.
I just feel as though we as black Americans, we're caught at a crosshair. Because even when you go to other countries where there are people who are our skin color,
Yeah.
they don't like us.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
almost.
When I was in Africa, I was stared at like, oh look, there's a real black dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, nigga, you black.
I'm like, you blacker than me, motherfucker.
Just because you speak Swahili, like, bro.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, I mean, there's different. There's different parts, and then you said you were down to Brazil, right?
Yeah.
What's that? Portuguese, right?
Yep.
And they're black Portuguese.
Yeah.
But they're not, black Americans.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they look at you differently too, right?
Yeah. But in Brazil, it's like it's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Like black people in Brazil go through the same. No, they go through worse struggles, way worse.
Oh, yeah?
Like their hoods are a different level.
Oh yeah.
Their hoods are.
They got
you
like
ever seen-
shanty towns and shit, right?
You ever seen City of God?
Yeah.
Their hoods are different. And if you're a black man in Brazil, you're all right. You
Yeah.
are all right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Brazil is an extreme have and have-nots. There's no middle class.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
That's like India.
yeah.
Like it's like
yeah.
that. Ain't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I love Brazil. I love
Okay.
Brazil. Yeah.
I bet, yo.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fine ass women in Brazil too, huh?
Yeah. It's beautiful people. I would say it's beautiful
Yeah, it's
people.
beautiful people, man.
I like the way you do that, yo. This man
Everybody's
got
beautiful.
media training. We got somebody on a podcast with real live media training. You know what they say.
beautiful people,
Like,
man.
it's beautiful people. It's not, I don't know about the women.
Nah, it's love, man. It's love.
But shit, let's talk about something like that, man. What are the perks to being a footballer, man?
I'm engaged. I'm married.
I'm just saying. Well, I'm just saying.
I just had to
perks.
throw that out there before I started talking. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
you in love? Okay.
You trying to get this man in trouble?
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to get him in trouble.
Nah.
You said perks, but that's very vague.
I said perks.
Okay.
I mean, it don't gotta be women.
Right.
Somebody don't gotta pay for food. I don't know what's up. You get shit.
I
like
mean, every
this-
situation and contract is different.
Okay.
But I would just say the process is the perk.
Okay.
Like taking care of your body from session to session.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Being able to travel and see the country or see the world to kick a ball and get paid for it. That's the
Right.
perk. You know what I
Okay.
mean? That's the
Right.
perk. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That's
I
a-
was told when to eat and when my cell door will open. So everything's a perk.
Right.
You know what I
Nice.
mean? Like
I li-
everything's
I
a perk.
I like the way you put that, man. So, but you said you marked it like so. Going from that to being a professional athlete worldwide, real life. How do that feel, bro? You know what I'm saying?
It feels amazing, but it's sometimes like we were talking about earlier, it's like there's moments where you get used to something that you prayed and cried over,
Yeah.
you know? And then you have to kind of like snap yourself out of it. Like, yeah, like I may not be making $1 million, but I'm literally playing and getting paid and traveling, and I get to sign autographs.
Mm-hmm.
Like that in itself is like amazing, you know? And sometimes you get into a routine of doing it all the time that you don't realize that like I could be doing so many other things that don't have this weight to my heart space. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that right there is like the end all be all for me.
That's what I'm saying. Are you living your dream,
110%. I'm
Hell
living my
yeah.
purpose. I'm living
There
my
you go.
purpose.
bro?
Purpose, man.
And the thing is, man, a lot of people don't get that.
110.
That's a super opportunity. Cause I always talked about that, man. Like I'm like, man, if I could play American football, I'll pay that for what I make right now.
110.
Like if I could do that for a living, I would do that for what I make right now.
Yeah.
But people don't, we don't get what we want. Well, of course, I probably didn't work as hard as you did, right? You know what I mean? Everybody don't get to live their purpose, man. You get to live the dream.
You're living your purpose right now, though, I can tell.
Oh yeah, I love this. I love this, man.
110%.
I love this, man. And it gets me a part of the community. Like I'm not doing this for notoriety or shit like that. But I mean, sitting there talking with you about this.
Nah, this is dope. This is a great start. This is a
That's
great
what I'm
sunrise,
saying.
for
I
sure.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that, bro. You know what I mean? Because I mean, who knows how our paths will cross any other way for real? You feel me?
110%.
So it's like, yo, I get to do that, you know. But you even took it even further by buying the club. Like how, what? Take us. You talked about process. Take us through that process. What made you want to do that, and like how'd you go about doing it, man? People that want to end up doing that as well.
That was a unique blessing because during COVID, you know, everything kind of shut down and stuff, right?
Right.
My indoor season ended early, but I had like 4 or 5 athletes that wanted to train like every single day, So I'm like, all right, these guys are about
that's
it.
commitment.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So we getting up. We starting the sessions 7 a.m. sometimes, 8 a.m. You know what I mean? And just getting after it. And there's no, okay, this session starts at this time and ends at that time because it's COVID. So it's not like it's a whole bunch of athletes. I'm working with. So we
got
just
a lot of free
rocking out.
time.
We just
Nice.
rocking out.
Okay.
We just rocking out. And it just became a thing where these guys were looking when COVID started to die down a bit, you know, things started to open up. Guys were looking for places to play. And I'm like, whoa, like my small group of 4 now then turned into a group of 18, 19 at times. I'm like, this is a team.
Right. Okay.
So I was just like, all right, well, let me just buy the, we're an EIN, so it's nonprofit.
right.
So let me just go ahead and get the nonprofit, and then go from there, and then sign all these guys up, and then enter these men's leagues, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And you seen what you can do?
Yeah.
Undefeated.
undefeated this season.
This season.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, this season.
I mean, it's growing pains, but shit.
Yeah, for sure.
We talking about what's happening now, son.
We got 2 titles so far. We're not
Okay.
even 2 years old. Let's put it
nice.
that way. We got two trophies.
Man, you on your way. Cuz.
Got eight contracts, and we're not even 2 years old. So I'm very proud of that, actually.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That is something to be definitely proud about.
Yeah.
Shit,
Hell
Mo.
yeah. Starting young and fucking going at that pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping that momentum, keep going. Oh shit, y'all be on top in no time.
Bless.
Real
Bless.
talk.
I appreciate
and
that.
Is there to make that team? Is there chance to make that team a professional team? Like if you get, you know, if you build it like that.
110%.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, in America, everything comes down to money.
Money. Okay.
So it's not even, we don't have to, we really can't win our way. I mean, obviously sponsors come when you're successful.
when you win, right? If you
But-
win that thing 10 years in a row, right?
If we win it 10 years in a row and we don't have the sponsors, we're not going to advance. But a team in our same league that's lost every single game, if somehow a millionaire says, hey, I want to make your club a pro club, I'm going to put up a couple M's, that team's a pro club. You see how it works?
I don't. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas that in overseas, it's like all the leagues are linked. So I can be at the non-league and win my way up to the Premier League.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
And that's how it should be.
That's how it should
I heard
be.
a lot of people say that. I heard that before because a lot of people say that's what they like about your sport.
Yeah,
It's
but it's
like-
not like that here in the States. Like
Yeah.
right now there's MLS, there's 2 USL leagues, and there's a NISA league, and then there's the semi-pro leagues. If you win NISA, you don't move up to USL. If you win USL League 1, you don't move up to the championship.
Right.
And if you don't win USL championship, you don't move up to MLS. It all comes down to finances.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can't even win
but-
your way up.
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
it's politics to everything, man.
Yeah.
But what about the money difference in U.S. and abroad? Is there a big difference in that, especially because its popularity is different, man?
110%.
So it is it a big difference or
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, you forget football worldwide, man.
but that's what I'm saying.
Every other country plays
It's the biggest sport. It's the biggest sport.
Biggest sport in other places.
You
right?
can take the top 10 NFL players, throw them in random countries in Europe, let them walk around. Nobody's going to know who they are.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could take the top 100 footballers, throw them in random countries. Everybody's going to know who they are.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you're looking at contracts like per week at a top club in Europe. You can have players that don't even play on 10, 20, 30, 40K a week. No, a week.
Sitting on the bench.
Don't have to worry about performing at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I was getting at, man, because it generate money.
It generates a lot
I
of
already
money.
know, bro. I work in restaurants, bro. I work with people abroad, and they be on that grill watching the game.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
game
yeah.
on.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the first thing they do is request a TV.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I guess because it's worldwide, games is always.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they be back there watching them games, bro.
Yeah.
They be on it, bro. And I'll be in that back watching for yo. I'm like, yo, Ty Hall out there.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know these other cats.
Nah, man.
Real talk, man. But shit, you got anything else for any other?
Nah, man, I appreciate you coming on, blessing us with your presence. I feel fucking good vibes, man. I wish you the best with your league. I know it's been a struggle, fucking with everything, just as life should be.
Aye.
Because it's more rewarding when you get through it. And I see that you had struggles, and you haven't let it stop you. You're fucking, I won't say a living legend, but hey, you're an example to a lot of other people, man. Because a lot of people get the obstacles in their life and they stop.
Facts.
They're like, hey, I got this going. I got this in my background. I ain't never gonna be able to do it.
Facts.
They don't even want to fucking put the effort. You kept your head down, as they say, and look at you, man. You're gonna be on top, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate those words. 110%.
Real talk, man.
Yeah.
You got anything else, man? Any shout outs before we get up out here, man?
Yeah, I mean, I want to shout out the podcast.
Real talk,
110% is been an experience and a blessing. I fully enjoyed it. Definitely want to shout out my fam. You know what I mean?
Of course.
You know, with love, and the club. You know, with love, all my guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's it for real.
Man, hey, yo, I appreciate you for coming on, man. And like he said, bro, like I always say, people that come on is like they like heroes to me. Like you said, yo, you went deep down. You know what I mean? To levels that a lot of us ain't get to go through. You've been through a lot. You did shit, bro. I know you. You feel me?
Thanks.
And then, like when I started this pod, I told you about the day I seen you on the screen. I'm like, oh yeah, my man's still out here getting it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of shit make me proud, man.
I appreciate
I
that.
love that. I love that for you, bro. And I'm
Appreciate
glad
that.
that you living your dream, bro. I don't get to meet people that's living their dream a lot. You feel me? So I'm glad for you for that, man.
I appreciate
And,
that,
yep,
my G.
Most
Appreciate
definitely, man.
that.
And for everybody out there, man, y'all can do it too, man. We out here trying to live our dreams. Support the podcast everywhere you get podcasts. Make sure you watch the videos on YouTube. Follow us on IG, Facebook, and everywhere you get your podcast, man. Spotify, Apple, Google, man. We out once again, man. It's Prodigal Brothers.
Love.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Prodigal